anybody who looks at history knows only a small percent of people are required to ignite serious conflict. So if you go back to 2018 and you were to tell people that something like this would be happening, that Democrats would be openly calling for, it's Bucks County. Again, I'm saying these are the seeds. This is not the wave. It's not a tsunami. They would openly state, law doesn't matter. We'll violate the law. Do something about it. They'd tell you were crazy. It's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. And now here we are. We are sitting here saying, congratulations to ourselves. We won. Trump got the House, the Senate. He's got the Supreme Court. And the Democrats are now saying, okay, then we'll create parallel governance.
Do you think if they round him up, it escalates beyond that, or will it quell it?
I don't think that it escalates
from their side. I'm saying
I don't think that it escalates significantly. I do think that you see more low-level stuff. I do think that you see riots. I do think that you see people protesting,
like the foot soldiers on the streets.
Yeah, I do think that it would be more like the Summer of Love kind of thing. You know, that kind of stuff. I don't see organized militias. I don't see very many governors activating the National Guard of the states trying to fight the feds.
It's hard to imagine on this side of the election. After seeing how people voted widely, you know.
And again, the way that it is set up now, most people voted for Donald Trump still, right? That still does matter. And for the normies, right, they'll be like, why are these people defying the federal government? Mm-hmm. Right. And I don't disagree that you know, I'm still of the opinion I don't see the off ramp. Right. But my point being, if there is going to be kinetic action, if there is going to be someone that decides that they're going to stand up against the federal government, it's better to be on the side of the federal government. Because the federal government has an immense amount of power.
Let me play this clip. This is Wiley Nickel from North Carolina.
If Trump attempts to weaponize the justice system against his political opponents with Matt Gaetz at the helm, we could see incoming Senator Adam Schiff as our shadow attorney general, arguing against replacing our independent prosecutors with Trump loyalists.
Sedition.
If Trump seeks to eliminate the Department of Education, Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, a former Teacher of the Year, could step up as shadow education secretary to loudly defend public education in the United States. If Trump orders Marco Rubio to hand Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Russian President Vladimir Putin, Congressman Greg Meeks, as Shadow Secretary of State, could be a strong voice in support of maintaining international relationships and protecting democracy at home and abroad.
Now let's just entertain what that means. Direct violation of the Logan Act, which we've never actually seen legitimately prosecuted in this country. He's saying that a Democrat will intervene as a voice for our allies, theirs, if Donald Trump, as the commander-in-chief, instructs the Secretary of State to negotiate the end of a war. I mean, this is crazy stuff.
Senator Michael Bennet as Shadow Treasury Secretary and Congresswoman Susan DelBene as Shadow Commerce Secretary could help ensure the middle class and small businesses have a voice in government and call out Trump's proposed tax cuts for billionaires and corporations. As Shadow Defense Secretary, Congressman Adam Smith, a great representative for the people of Washington and not a Fox News host, could counter Trump's threat to use military force against his political opponents.
How could he counter that? What does that imply?
And work to ensure that the Department of Defense stays loyal to the Constitution and not some wannabe dictator.
He's saying that when Donald Trump gives a lawful order, perhaps he invokes the Insurrection Act, this Democrat would go and lobby against that and say, defy the orders of the sitting president. Yeah, this is happening. I believe this is happening in Congress.
And Senator Tammy Duckworth could argue against cuts to the Department of Veterans Affairs that would delay the benefits and care our service members have so rightly earned.
All of these voices are actually him saying Democrats will act against the will of the executive branch and instruct people to defy lawful orders from the president.
They're just doubling down on their delusions.
Well, that and the cabinet members that Donald Trump has selected are going to purge the rot in D.C. And that's what they're so afraid of. The fact that all these people, especially the Department of Defense and Veteran Affairs, at least from my point of view, need to be redone from the inside, from bottom to top.
100%.
And the fact that the two people that he named want to keep it status quo, want to keep it as is. And that's not doing any good to anyone in those two departments or all the people that are affected by that.
I think we are looking at a very real scenario. I think the probability is 100% that when Donald Trump is in office, you see the reaction of Matt Gaetz to Tulsi Gabbard. He's going to say to Rubio, get the war done. Rubio's going to negotiate a middle-of-the-road compromise. He's going to say, Russia will have access to Crimea. We're stopping this war before it escalates any further. They're going to say that's unacceptable, total annihilation or nothing. And they're going to send people to go and advocate to Europe, to Ukraine, in defiance of the executive branch and our chief diplomat, Donald Trump, again, commander-in-chief. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.